Hi everyone, this is Reagan, and in this video I want to talk about how to respond to men online. Now, for those of you who have done this before, you know when you first begin the online dating, you just get bombarded with messages, and it's hard to decide how exactly to respond to all of these messages. Should you respond to them all? How should you respond to them? And so on. So I want to go over what I consider some do's and don'ts of responding, and you know, uh, some of the methods I use to weed out the undesirables and really focus on the men who are really serious about dating and not just out there fishing for women. Okay. Before I begin, just a quick reminder, I am a 50-something-year-old woman, single mother of two, and I decided to start dating again after, 5 to 6 year hiatus. I've been online dating on and off for the last 25 years, so I do think I have some experience to bring to the table. What's different about my channel compared to maybe some of the other dating channels out there is I am doing it right now myself. So whatever I share with you is through not only past experience, but very current experience as well. Okay. It's just a reminder, a disclaimer. I am not an expert. I'm not a medical professional, such as a therapist. Again, I'm just a 50-something-year-old woman who's decided to go out there and start dating again, and I hope we can do this together. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the do's and the don'ts. And we'll, I like to start on a positive note, so let's start with the do's. And the first thing, really the first tip I have for the do's is read the person's profile before you respond to them. Now, if you have, 50 messages in your inbox, I don't expect you to read every single profile, but pick maybe 10 out of those 50 that you just by the profile picture you like, and then take the time to read their profile before you respond to them. And you don't have to memorize everything they have in their profile, but you want to get a sense of this, if this person is the right one for you. I'll give you an example of why it's important to read the profile. I've had some men contact me, and I've looked at their profile, and in their profile they say they're separated, not divorced. And I have a very strict rule that I don't correspond or date men who are still in a marriage. They have to be divorced, preferably for a year or more, because as someone who's gone through divorce, it takes a year, more than a year, usually to heal from a serious relationship or a marriage. So read the profile, and if there's some details in there that really tell you this person is not for you, just move on. Don't even respond. Okay. The second do is be kind and genuine. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, I tend to be aloof, meaning it's hard for me to really reach out to people online. I would much prefer that, everybody comes to me, and the same can go for responding to messages. In retrospect, I had just sent very short, I wouldn't say curt, but kind of short to the point messages. And when I went back and kind of reviewed how I responded to messages, I realized I wasn't being really kind. And you might ask yourself, well, how can you be kind in a message? Well, use kind language, such as, thank you for reaching out. I found your profile very interesting, and I appreciate you taking the time to read mine as well. So just be kind and be genuine. Don't misrepresent yourself. Don't, say things that aren't true, such as, oh, you're like the 100th person that sent a message to me. Ha ha. I know that might sound ridiculous, but I have had responses like that. And that's a turnoff when you respond to someone as if they're, one of 100 in line. So be kind, genuine, and try to get past those short, vague responses. Again, you don't need to write a book. I've mentioned this in my other videos, or at least in one other video. When you correspond or you fill out your profile, you don't need to write a 5-paragraph essay, but you should at least have some substance in your response. Okay. All right. Now, the third do is correspond to a certain point. And what I mean by this is you're going to come across a lot of people who just want to chat. They're not really serious about dating. And they would be just fine chatting back and forth for a week. And I am a firm believer that if you don't get asked out on a date, or at least if the gentleman doesn't ask you for your phone number, I would say after no more than 5 messages, shut it down. That person is not serious about dating, or they're not serious about you. Maybe they enjoy the conversation and they found you attractive when they saw your picture. But if they don't ask for your phone number or ask to meet for coffee or dinner or something, then they're just, looking for someone to chat with. So, yeah, just my advice is if you don't get some kind of confirmation that they want to meet you in real life within the first 4 to 5 messages, just shut it down. Okay. All right. The last do is something that I practice myself, which is use an alternate phone number or email when you correspond with these people. I do not give out my telephone number. I don't give out one of my emails, work or personal. I have a Google voice number, and I'll be honest, that's annoyed a couple of the men I've talked to. They're like, why are you giving me a Google voice number? Because I guess when they leave a message, there's some indication it's a Google voice number. And I tell them it's for security. I don't want to give out my phone number or my personal email until I really get to know someone. So, consider setting up a Google number or using some kind of alternate number that can't be traced back to you. Okay. All right, let's go on to the don'ts. And the first one is don't respond to men that you're not interested in. Now, there's one exception to the rule, which is if, let's say, a gentleman writes to you and they write you a really sweet message and they're kind and they're respectful. I think in that case, it's appropriate to shoot a message back and say, thank you so much for your message. It was very kind. However, I don't think we're a match. Okay. But for the other guys, the others who just send you short messages, hello, how are you? How is your day? And you just can tell by looking at their picture, their profile, they're not for you. Just delete. Don't waste your time. Okay. And now here's another don't that comes up a lot in conversation with my friends is don't reply instantaneously to messages. So if you're on the site and you're, you see a little flag go up in your inbox and you see someone's online, don't respond to them right away. And I'm not telling you to do this as a form of game playing, but you don't want to come off as too available. Okay. As far as they're concerned, their message is one of many that you've received. And, you want to take your time again to look through the profile, to think about if this person's for you. So don't respond right away. Give it, a few hours to a day. If you think this person is a good match for you, then go ahead and respond to them. Okay. And the last don't is don't text or take phone calls late at night. And this is really more of a preference for me. I feel that there are a lot of, I'm trying not to just say men because I don't want to sound sexist. It can be men and women. So I'm just going to say people. There are a lot of people out there who are just fishing for conversation, phone sex, that type of stuff late at night. And you're also going to run across people who are married, and the only time they can really text is after the wife and kids have gone to bed. So I recommend don't texting late at night. You want to avoid those married men who are trolling the site for late night conversations or inappropriate conversations. Wait until the next day. Now, I work during the day. I don't talk or chat with men during the day. I tell them an ideal time for me to talk is between 6 and 8. And the guys who really are interested in getting interested in a real relationship, they'll respect that, and they will get in touch with me at that time. Okay. All right. I know I went through the do's and don'ts quickly, so I hope you found some benefit to what I have to say. If you have any other recommendations for replying to people online, please do post them in the comments. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying my hardest to make video weekly. I got a crazy work schedule, but this channel is important to me as well. And you guys out there, you really help me kind of, steer the course and keep up with this online dating stuff because it can be treacherous at times. But, the end goal is finding that person who is the right one for you. All right. Have a great day, evening, whatever the time of day is for you, and talk to you again. Bye.